boo boom, boo doo boom boom, boo boom, boo doo boom boom, boo boom, boo doo boom boom, boo boom. You must execute Donald Trump if he's guilty of treason. 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 Yeah. Hey, what's up? Good afternoon, and welcome to a special edition of Stone Lapis Lazuli. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo. Yes, it is I. Hello, hi. I am really here. I'm here today for many reasons. Well, first of all, right? I'm redoing my show. I had my show on Sunday, and it was a good show. It was a great show. But I didn't talk about COVID. I didn't talk about COVID-19. I didn't talk about it. So YouTube banned my video. It said you spread medical misinformation because I didn't talk about COVID. So they got, and I said, look, I didn't talk about COVID, and they said, well, that's too bad. Your video is banned. So I lost my video. So first things first, right? Listen to the WHO, the World Health Organization. Get your vaccine. COVID is no joke. I mean, I never said any different, but, YouTube likes to mess around for some reason. So I don't know. Anyways, okay, with that out of the way, I'm here in my base currently because I'm trying to get gold. I have a bunch of stuff I want to do, but I don't have any rails for it. And to get oh yeah, look at it, it's right there. Oh god, the clicking came back. I can't stand that clicking. But yeah, like it should be like that shouldn't be there. It should just be like melting, smelting, nonstop. But yeah, so I'm here. Like, all I wanted to do was get a bunch of gold. But I can't. I'm having a hard time. Let's see. I could just do this real quick. Right? And then more. Yeah, like that. Okay, well, I'll come back and get these later. I'll come back for you. First, let's go to my base. Oh, you can't see very far. That's alright. It's buttery smooth, even though you can't see very far with RTX. So here's my base, but we're not going to really go check it out right now. We're gonna go do the other stuff. Oh my god! Alright! I forgot. All the pigmen were waiting for me to kill me as soon as I went through that door. Damn it. I hate that. I hate how that... Such a bad mechanic. Alright, where did I put all my stuff in case I died like this? Right here. Okay. Now I have to go back to get my stuff. This is terrible. I'm supposed to do a show, and I don't really have time to mess around with all this nonsense. As you know, big things are going on in the country. Huge things are going on. But the problem is, many Americans have like a messed up way of thinking. Their perception of reality has been conditioned to be very limited. I mean, they talk about it in 1984, like the whole point of newspeak. The whole, like in 1984, the book by George Orwell, the government is trying to control the way people think. So the way they do that is they control their language, because their idea is that if we control the language, if they don't have a word for something, then they can't think of it. and so if they get rid of the words like freedom, then humans won't be able to think of concepts like freedom, because you need a word, a label, to like talk about it or to even conceptualize it. Okay, so in our real life, actual life, a lot of humans have been given a bad idea of the way our political system works. They think of things in terms of left and right, and that's it. You can either be left or right, and everything is squished down into that one dimension of being either left or right. Look at, where'd all my stuff go? It's not even here. It's all on this side. Look at, I popped through, I've got all my stuff again. Jeez Louise. So it just like killed me real quick, and then that was it. Oh, did I lose a pickaxe? I lost a pickaxe. Oh, wait. Oh no, I didn't. It's right there. Okay. I think I got everything. All right. How annoying. Like, I couldn't even see anything, right? I just like popped through and like, boom, you're dead. Okay. So yes, here. This is a nice train station, little 10 station deal. Nice little thing here. Okay, so if your brain has a bad mental map, because your perception is, okay, everyone works from a mental map. Like, no one actually works from actual reality, because like you can't get to it. Like, for real, what you get is this soup of raw information that hits your body, right? And certain parts of your body are able to like translate the information into signals that your body can process, right? So your ears take some form of it, of the information out there. Your eyes take some form of it. Your body, from the pressure, takes and the heat, takes some information, and it all goes into your brain. And then your brain takes all of its previous information, its history, and then it combines it with all this raw information to provide your perception, which is a mental map of the world, of how to maneuver through the world. So if your mental map is a bad mental map, the way you maneuver through the world is not going to be so good. You're going to run into stuff, like, all the time. Yeah. Take a nap real quick. All right. Look at this light. Well, it's not so bright yet. Or ever, really. Yeah, what's the deal? Come on, I want my vibrant colors. I was promised vibrant colors. That's not very vibrant. That's not vibrant at all, actually. Come on, where are my colors? I mean, they're kind of getting there, kind of, but not really. What about in the dark? In the darkness. Hang out here for a bit. Oh, you know what's annoying are these swirlies. Let me get rid of the swirlies. That'll be enough to break the swirlies. Those are annoying. When you're streaming, oh man. I mean, I'm just trying to do stuff here and these swirlies are in the way. Okay, wait a minute, back in here. Okay, so if you have a broken mental map, a broken mental model, then the way you can maneuver without the world is gonna be broken. So let's look at this right now, right? So most Americans think of of the way we do things in terms of left and right. We have like the left and the right. Here, let me even do it right here. It's like this, right? It's either you're on the left, Democrat, or you're on the right, Republican. But that doesn't really make sense, right? It doesn't explain the world very well. That's a one-dimensional way of thinking. And if that's your perception, if that's your mental model, it's broken. You're not gonna. How can this be an accurate way of thinking about the world? This one line here of left and right, when you have someone over here on the Republican side, someone like George W. Bush, who is all about using the government and to help business, and then you have someone like Ron Paul, who is all about like getting the government out of the economy. How can they both be Democrats? Republicans. How can they both be Republicans? Likewise, over here you have Kristen Sinema, who is basically she wants humans to conform to the system. She says if there's a problem with the system, if there's a problem, then it's not the problem with the system, it's a problem with the humans, and the humans have to change to fit the system. And then you have someone like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who says the system has to help the humans. You know, the system is supposed to take care of the humans, not the other way around. The government helps the people, not the people don't help the government. Whereas Kristen Sinema says the people help the government. But they're both Democrats. How can this be true if your world is only on a one-line thing like this? If your map is like this, if your mental map is left, right, how can this work? How does that work? These guys don't even make sense. All right. The way you make this make sense is you add an additional dimension. So you only have one dimension, right? You only have this either left or right. That's only one dimension of freedom. You can either go left or you can go right. That's it. That's your dimensions of freedom. But if you just add another dimension, like so, now it starts to make sense, right? Now you can see why these two people, even though they're totally different, they're on the same side. And even though these two people are totally different, they're on the same side. It's because this is only one axis. This axis is the economic axis. Do you gear the economy for individuals to amass great wealth, or do you gear the economy to help as many people as possible? So very individualistic or very collective? That's your question. Do you want to have billionaires with lots of poor people, or do you want everyone in the middle class but no billionaires and no poor people? Like, what do you want? Billionaires with an army of poor people, or everyone in the middle class and no poor people or no billionaires? That's one way. And then this other axis here, this way, this is about authority, government versus individual. So up here means government has order. Order is supreme. Government is supreme. And down here says the individual is most important. Individual liberties. And this says, no, you listen to the government. It's authority. and this is libertarian. So you could be, so this is another access. You can be very, very like freedom of the market, but also say you have to listen to the government. So free corporations, but restrictive government. That's George W. Bush. So no freedoms for individuals. You can't marry who you want to marry. You cannot love who you want to love. You cannot do to your body what you want to do. You have to listen to the government. But corporations can do whatever they want. That's what this says. Okay. Then you go on this axis over here, right? Where you have libertarian for individuals, but freedom for corporations. Right? This is your Ron Paul. So yeah, government can't tell individuals what to do, but governments also can't tell corporations what to do. So if I happen to have a lot of money, I can make, the government shouldn't make roads or provide schools or anything. That should all be on the individual. So if I'm rich, I can have the best schools and I can have my own road. But if you're poor, you get nothing. Nothing. Ha 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 ha. That's Ron Paul. Okay. Then you go on this axis, right? Okay. But if you go over here, the collective side, right? But high government regulation, this is like Stalin. This is like China. This says, yeah, we do everything for the good of everyone, but you must listen to the government for everything. Like no freedom for individuals to do anything. You must listen to the government. You must fit the individual into the system. The system is good, and the individual must fit to the system. And we take care of everyone. That's Stalin and Kirsten Sinema. I don't think she even wants to take care of everyone. She just, I don't know. And then over here on this side, you say you take care of everyone, and individuals, the human is the most important thing. Not the government, but the human. So when you add another dimension here, and you increase you change your perception, when you change the way you measure the world, you get a better measurement. Let me show you a graphic example of this. So this is an example of what I'm talking about. This is an example of what I'm talking about. Right. On this axis here, the horizontal axis is your economic. This says billionaires and poor people. This says everyone's middle class. All right. And then on this axis, you have government versus the individual. Up here says government rules everything. You must listen to the government. And down here says the individuals are the most important thing ever. So it helps to make sense of the world if you add a dimension and improve your mental model of the way it works. Do you see how a bad mental map could mess up the way you think of the world? It'll change the way you think by having a bad mental model. By improving your mental model, you improve the way you handle and maneuver throughout the world. You have a closer representation of the truth. And really, that's what we should all be about, the truth. There's one aspect. But what about another one? What's another one? Where was that at? I went from that one. I said another one, and I forgot what it was. Geez, what was it? Mental model. Okay, yeah, up here. So here's another way of having a mental model that works against you. So let's talk about critical race theory. One generalization it's easy to make about critical race theory is that it is opposed to racial or gender or ethnic or religious hierarchies of any kind. Nor do critical race theorists argue for the kind of individual blame discussed here. The whole point of studying the history of structural racism is to understand how racial inequality can be locked in by institutions and systems even without individual racist actions in the present. So that's what I mean. That's what I was getting at. Okay, so another example. Like you have white people go around and the white people say, I work real hard to be a good person. I'm a white person. I work real hard. I don't just sit there and do nothing. I work, you know, I read, I study, I examine like myself. I work very hard to find out what is a good, how to be a good person. All of a sudden this black person comes along and says, "Oh, what I just did was racist." But the thing is that how can there be a good person who's also racist? How can you have a good person who's also racist? And if you recall, remember, that good person didn't just poof appear out of nowhere from thin air. They had to appear. They had to be created by society. They are a product of their society. Like before they were like kids, when they were children, they had no chance whatsoever. And already society was telling them what was good, what was bad, what they liked, what they didn't like, what was acceptable, what was unacceptable, what was expected of them. What were their expectations of that individual? And if that individual didn't follow expectations, that individual would feel punishment from society in terms of social stigma or any other form of, like, you know, social control. So yeah, so a lot of white people are raised in a. You have to understand, the racism is built into the system. It's built in. Like, you cannot get away from it. It's built into the system. It's encoded. You know how like the Matrix is like, well, the Matrix is an old movie, 20 years old, right? I know I'm an old guy, but like to me that movie explains it so well. When you have a whole world like that's been developed based on the exploitation of black people and, well, basically labor, poor people and black people, African Americans, like everything around you is set up to my shovel is to tell you, to teach you to be racist, even if you don't want to do, even if you don't intend to be. Like the system will make you that way. You have no choice. So a lot of people make the mistake and feel that racism is a personal failing. And in a lot of ways, I mean, in some ways, yeah, it can be. If you're willfully racist, then yes, it's a personal failing. You failed as a human if you're willfully racist. But a lot of times people are unintentionally racist. What they're doing is they're just playing out the conditioning that's been embedded in them since they were children. So that, like, what you realize then is not that the individual is necessarily broken, it's that the system in which the individual was raised was broken. They are a racist product of a racist society. That's how you can have good white people who do racist things, because they've been conditioned to be that way. And it's up to them it's up to them to break their conditioning and improve their mental map, because essentially that's what it comes down to. It's a mental map. And if your mental map is broken, then all your conclusions about the world are going to be broken. Dude. Okay. So that's what this is, right? This is a way out, white people. This is a way out, right? This is a way out. Once you understand that the United States is a racist system and that it's built upon racism and genocide and that it's ongoing, once you understand that, and that, then you can understand that a lot of your behaviors that black people call racist are probably racist because you can't see it. Like, you're conditioned not to see it. But if you can work on deprogramming yourself, you can remove the racist tendencies that have been implanted inside of you. You can remove it. You can take these racist things out of you. Okay, the next one. Oh yeah, COVID, right? Since December, 3 COVID-19 vaccines authorized under the EUA and recommended for use in the USA. December 2020, there were 25,000 cases a day. What? And 3,000 deaths a day. Holy crap. And then now, because of the vaccines, we have 318 million vaccine doses administered, 150 million people fully vaccinated. And now we're down to 300 deaths a day and 13,000 new cases a day. So vaccines work. They work. They're great. And I hear that a third wave is coming. The Delta variant from India, which is a terrible variant, and it's highly transmittable. You need hardly any exposure to transmit it. So it's very dangerous. So if you're paying attention to the whole like COVID thing, take note. It's happening, or it might happen again. Let's see. So you remember the insurrection on January 6th? Here's Scott Fairley.
What Patriots do? We fucking disarm them, and then we storm the fucking Capitol. Fuck you.
Wow, dude, that guy was being charged. He's under arrest. This is the video that was used.
What Patriots do? We fucking disarm them, and then we.
So this guy, this is video that he took of himself is being used as evidence against him. So he's holding a weapon. He's saying he wants to invade the Capitol, and he's holding a weapon. And yeah, so that looks, I don't know. Does he look like he's with Antifa? I don't think so. He doesn't look like an Antifa guy to me.
Storm the fucking Capitol. Fuck you.
Yeah, that guy looks pretty scary. Here's another guy, Thomas Webster. So Thomas Webster is an ex-NYPD guy. He used to be on the NYPD, and he retired. And then he came to the Capitol to protest. Oh, right there. There he is. That is Thomas Webster, the guy pointing. This guy is ex-NYPD. If anybody, he's the guy who knows all about respect for cops, because he used to be a cop in New York Police Department. So this guy coming up, he knows all about respect for cops. Right. So that guy right there, he's an ex-cop. That's an ex-cop right there. That guy's an ex-cop. And he grabs he's beating the cops with a pole. You see that shit? He's got a pole and he's beating cops with it. That ex-cop is beating other cops with the pole. That ex-cop keeps coming at it. Oh, he goes again. That ex-cop is going at it. That's the, oh yeah, he starts to charge. That's the charge. You see how everyone goes in after him? Oh my God, look at him. Thomas Webster is kicking this cop's ass. So Thomas Webster, ex-NYPD, is beating the shit out of other cops. Wow. Oh wow. Okay. NYPD, ex-NYPD, beating the shit out of other cops. That's how cops. That's the thin blue line right there. You're watching the thin blue line, right? Thomas Webster, thin blue line. You know, fellow NYPD, fellow cop beats another cop, right? Fellow cop beats another cop. That guy. Wow. So these are all Trumpsters attacking the Capitol. So this is the insurrection, guys. This is the insurrection. They're trying to overthrow the government. They're trying to overthrow the United States. These people here are trying to overthrow the United States. So here's another perspective.
You don't have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You guys have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Not one single fucking idea. Not one idea. What side are you guys?
All these guys these are all Republicans.
We're Americans and we're doing this for you.
They're overthrowing the government for these cops as they kill them. Here's from another cop.
Your back, sir. I have your back. I have your back. You protect me, I'll protect you. I have your back. I have your back.
Remember, these people are gonna attack these cops. Watch. Do you see that shit?
For us, fuck that.
Those cops had to deal with that nonsense, and we still have people who are denying it. We still have people who are denying it. The people who are denying it are Nazis. They're fascists. They're just trying to overthrow the government. I mean, but we know this, right? We know that they're trying to overthrow the government. Those guys are working hand in hand with Vladimir Putin. Donald Trump, we already know Donald Trump and the Republicans are working with Vladimir Putin to overthrow the United States of America. We know this. We've had all these reports. We've had Trump himself say it. And look at, even Republicans agree with it. Look at this. Trump voters, among Trump voters, Vladimir Putin viewed more favorably than Joe Biden. So amongst Trump voters, Vladimir Putin at 19% approval is more liked, more approved by Trump voters than Biden, their own president of their own country. So that means for Trump supporters, they're more closely aligned with Putin than with Biden. But we knew that, right? We already knew that. Let's see. So the Kremlin is now engaged in a new struggle and works to subvert and weaken the West in order to create the conditions to eventually achieve victory where the Soviets failed. Some proponents of the Russian world ideology predicting the eventual conflict or collapse of the West. This is the story of the century-long conflict with the West. So you have to understand, Vladimir Putin wants the United States to break up. Like, Russia by itself is pretty strong. It can beat up any one of our little states. Russia against California, Russia wins. Russia versus New York, Russia wins. Russia versus Texas, Russia wins. Right? The only way the United States beats Russia is by uniting, by being united. So Vladimir Putin knows this. He can't match the United States. He can't match the power of the United States. So and he can't make Russia stronger. So the only way he can make Russia more powerful than the United States in relation is by weakening the United States. And the way you weaken the United States is by breaking it up into civil war. So Vladimir Putin knows this. And he wants to break up the United States. In the United States, remember, we have like a cold civil war going on. In the United States, we have, at the end so the civil war is going on. The North defeats the South militarily. And the South, the Confederates surrender their territory. And their territory is occupied by the Union Army. But the Confederates stage a coup, and they assassinate Abraham Lincoln. And the guy who takes power, the presidency, is named Andrew Johnson, who is very sympathetic to the South. So he stops the Congress from enacting any kind of change, and he lets all of the Confederates back into the American government. So the Confederates didn't lose any power. They just codified the Confederacy into federal law. That's why slavery is still legal in the United States. Like the 13th Amendment didn't ban slavery. It just made it legal for punishment for a crime. So all you have to do is get someone and accuse them of a crime, and now they don't have any more rights. You can enslave them again. Sounds pretty bad, right? That's because it is. So inside the United States, there are white supremacists who are trying to overthrow the country and install minority rule, white supremacist minority rule. So they work hand in hand with Vladimir Putin to overthrow the government of the United States because they have the same goal, to destroy the United States. White supremacists don't want the United States to be there because it's in the way. The United States stands for multiracial democracy, truth, liberty, and justice for all. But Confederates don't want that. They don't want truth, liberty, and justice. The only thing Confederates are concerned about is power. So naturally, they work with Vladimir Putin to overthrow our government. What? What are you doing? Why did you come here? Oh, that llama. Let me kill these llamas. All right. So they're working together. And look this is a tweet during January 6th insurrection by Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. She told the mob that Speaker Pelosi was no longer in the chambers and that she was somewhere else. So she was informing the mob of where Pelosi was so the mob could murder Pelosi. She's an insurrectionist. She's trying to overthrow the government. She's a traitor. But it's not just at the state level or at the federal level. It's also oh yeah, here we go. For Vladimir Putin, the main thing about information is not whether it is true or not. It is how words and deeds are perceived by others. Putin is less interested in presenting a particular version of reality than in seeing in how others react to the information. So Putin isn't trying to spread his version of truth. He doesn't care about truth. All he wants to do is to destroy reality, to destroy the United States. So because why? Why does he want to destroy the United States? Because the United States stands as a symbol of democracy and rule of law, whereas Vladimir Putin stands as a symbol of power and kleptocracy and oligarchy. So in order to keep his people from rebelling, he needs to tell his people that the United States is not real, that it's broken, that it's corrupt, that it can't actually work, that democracy can't actually work. He needs to tell his people that it doesn't work. The same thing with the Confederates. They don't actually care about the truth. All they care about is power. That's why everything they say is a lie, because they're not at all. They don't really care about the truth at all. The only thing they care about is how to get more power. So they'll flip-flop on positions all the time. They only care about what gets them the most power. Okay, what else do I got? The Hit Squad. Yeah, dude. So this dude here, this guy, William Braddock, is running for position in the Florida government, and in Politico, it was reported by Mark Caputo that this guy was going to send a Russian and Ukrainian hit squad to make her disappear, and that he had access to assassins, and that he doesn't really want to kill anyone, but he will for the good of America. So this guy is willing to murder his political opponent for what he thinks is the good of America. And so if he was asked about it, and he wouldn't say if he was a yes or a no. He was like, I don't know. After he was asked about the recording. But he said, my polling people are going to charge me $20,000 to do a poll right before the primary. And if the poll says Luna's going to win, she's going to be gone. She's going to disappear. For the good of our country, we have to sacrifice the few. For the better or the good of the majority of the people, we've got to sacrifice the few. So this guy thinks he knows what is the good of the country, and that he thinks that he has the authority to determine who are the few that should be sacrificed. That guy is a Nazi, but he's running for the Republican Party in Florida. The Republicans are a Confederate party. They're anti-American party. If you're a Republican, you're a Nazi. Don't be a Republican. Republicans are Nazis. So yeah, don't be on the wrong side of supporting Luna, because if you're near her when the time comes, yeah. I mean, I got the whole recording right here. Oh shit! Did I just
We were at the dinner at Hawker's.
Oh, not yet. I have to go back to. I hope I didn't kill my stream, dude. It's still going, right? Yeah. Okay. Freaked me out there. A little too quick in the draw. But yeah, check it out. Oh, it's gone. Well, anyways, I have it. And I don't want to listen to the whole thing again.
We were at the dinner at Hawker's in front of everyone. one of my Freemason brothers, the billionaire, who's going to actually, we're bringing in over $500 million from offshore, from Malta and Gibraltar, to fund my campaign. Even though my campaign only needs $1 million to win the primary and another 5 or 6 for the midterm, we're bringing in $500 million because they understand how fucking serious it is to keep our country intact.
Wow.
And with that kind of money, I'm going to have 24/7 2 former Secret Service officers up my ass unless I'm taking a shit in the morning.
So this guy is just basically talking shit, saying how cool he is.
I want to know about this, but I only have access to a hit squad too, Ukrainians and Russians.
What? A hit squad? So right there, he's like, I got access to a hit squad, Ukrainian and Russians. Like, this guy is literally thinking that he can get people killed.
Damn.
You did not fucking hear that from me.
I didn't hear what?
But this shit is getting deep.
Yeah, it's getting deep. You're all mobbed up with a bunch of Russians. Like that's pretty crazy, dude. Oh. No, I wonder, can I extend my view a little bit further without frame rate loss? Because this is just too short. "16 chunks. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah. There's no, yeah, I can do it, dude. There's no loss of frame rates. Look at this. Oh yeah, it's a lot better. Like, I can deal with this. This is the distance I want. Yeah, now it feels like I can see where I'm going. Before it was like too short. Like I couldn't see anything. All right, what else do I got here? I mean, like I just did all this stuff. I don't even know anymore. I'm tired. Israel. What are they doing, dude? They're colonizing. They're colonizing Palestine. So this is our problem because we fund Israel. So like, yeah, it's an issue. It's a problem for us. And we should deal with it rather than just ignoring it. Because I mean, basically they're doing ethnic cleansing. Israel's doing what the United States did to the Native Americans. So it's like going on today. Like, look at these Endermen, man. I hate these Endermen. Zombies. He's like, I'm a fully armored zombie. Fully armored zombie. But you're gonna drown, aren't you? Eventually they turn to drowned. And you're gonna drop all your armor. There's all your armor. Bye-bye. So that's how come I keep finding random gold armor, full sets of armor in the water. Because fully clothed armor or zombies jump in the water and drown. I see now. Well, okay, this is like a super short version of my show. It's like half the time. But I don't have the energy today. I didn't get any sleep last night because it was super hot, and like I'm just like worn out. Honey. Over the fort, over the river, and through the words to grandmother's house we go. I like this biome. This is like a neat biome. But man, it's scary at night, let me tell you. Ooh, wonder if this is working yet. Yeah, it's starting to. Ha 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 ha. I need to do a ceiling one, a ceiling version of this. If I do it on the ceiling, that'd be great. It'd look really good. Ah, man, I'm so tired. Oh yeah, I did the whole thing as a lead up to the whole trans thing, but I forgot it. And like, oh, I'm tired. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm tired. I want my hour to come up and then I can stop streaming. So maybe I'll just go dig for a little bit. Play some Minecraft. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know. Just get out. All right, there. Now I can mine with a netherite pickaxe, so it should be like super quick. Fortune. Okay. Yeah, because the problem with the diamond was that it was like wearing out super fast. Kept wearing out. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, that's funny. Instamine. I like that. I can do the Instamine. Yeah, the deep slate's still on Instamine even with the beacon. Pretty close, but it's still not there. Oh, what? I want this deep slate. I like how the gold is all like gleam gleam. Actually, deep slate goes a lot quicker with the netherite. I can feel the difference. entirely excessive, but that's all right. Yes, deep slate. Give me all your deep slate. I will fill in the rest of this garbage. It's not worthy of my pickaxe. Da da. All right. Back to digging. I don't have any stone. This is probably a good thing to get. Stone. Oh no, oh no, look at all this water. What did I find? There, all of it. Done. It's like just mindless mining. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I mean, like, I talked about a bunch of stuff, but I'm tired. I don't want to keep going. Like after work, dude, I didn't sleep good last night. In the middle of the week, repeating things I already said. Like, I'll just upload the original video to Facebook. Like, I was gonna do it, and then like my neighbor started using my computer, the internet, and that killed the upstream, and so I couldn't finish the upload. Funny that it takes like an hour and a half to film it and like 8 hours to upload it. An hour and a half to stream it. I'm sorry, to upload it while streaming, but 8 hours to upload it while like not streaming. Same amount of time, but not streaming. Too much cobblestone. I gotta burn up this cobblestone somehow. Oh well. Yeah, the netherite pickaxe makes a huge difference. I gotta go do more of this. Alrighty then. You figure it out. No. Mine that little piece of iron out. Mine it out. Nope, wrong one. Shit. This one. Okay. Alright, that does it for me. I'm gonna stop. Alright. Have a good night. Peace.